Video. In this video I will show you how you can display or draw a canvas element on a live camera preview on in Flutter Android application using CameraX and Media 3 effect. So let's get started. So first I'll show you guys the output. I'm using Android Studio because it has a cool mirroring feature. That's why you don't have to worry about Android Studio. All the code which I will be showing it to you will be written via VS Code. You can write it from Android Studio as well, but I'll just quickly show you the output. So first it is asking me for the I'm facing this sorry about this, like I have very bad connection, so let me try to connect it again. Okay, so it has connected again. Sorry about this. Okay, it is a little bit finicky. Sorry about this. Okay, so I have connected it again. Let's go through the output. So here you can see it is first asking me for camera permission. I'll just give that particular permission over here, and here you can okay, sorry about this. Okay, so I have the device up and running. So here you can see at the center we have drawn a canvas, so a square, but you can draw anything. I have kept things simple, and here is my live camera preview. I can just click on the take photo button. It has captured the photo, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it has displayed the canvas at the center. So the canvas is also captured along with our live camera preview and displayed inside an image view. So let's see how to achieve this. So first let me quickly tell you that most of the camera related code is written via native code with the help of Kotlin. I'm not using any third-party library for this. So first you just need to create a Flutter application. Then you need to go to lib main.dart, and here firstly we are importing this my camera view. Now this is a separate dart file which I have created. Instead of flut app, you will have to write your own project name over here. I'll show you this particular file also in a bit. And then I have imported material, services as well as dart.io. Then this code is present by default. I have not changed anything, so I'll simply scroll through this. I have refactored this my homepage widget, so it is a stateful widget. So here I'm just checking for camera permission, so that's what I'm doing over here. Again, even for camera permission I'm not using any third-party library. So if platform is Android, then I'm asking for camera permission. As this is only Android related tutorial, we are not doing it for iOS. Then once in this particular method we are invoking the camera permissions. Again, the camera permission related code is written in native code with Kotlin, and once we have the camera permission, we just set this particular variable as true. Now you don't need to write native code for this. If you are comfortable using a third-party library for getting camera permission, you can do that as well. Then inside the build method, I have taken one scaffold, and here I am just checking whether the permission has been granted or not. If yes, then I'm just displaying a safe area with a child called my camera view. Else we are just displaying a text saying give camera permission. That means the camera permission has not been granted. Now coming back to this my camera view, so here I have created a separate dart file for this. So here we are importing dart.io, Flutter material as well as Flutter services. Then here is our stateful widget. Here is our method channel of camera view, and here our image URL is empty at the start. Here is our creation params, which is a map. Then here we override the build method. If platform is Android and image URL is equal to empty, not equal to empty, sorry, then we display the image using this image.file. So this image URL will be sent from native side to Flutter side. And here we have the Android view. So the Android view will display your live camera preview, your canvas as well as the take photo button. And here I have defined the view type name, so same name you need to use it on native Android side as well. Here is our creation params, here is our standard message codec, and here we have this platform view created as well. Else we just display a placeholder for iOS or other platforms. So here we have this callback, so we are listening for this callback, and inside this particular callback we have this particular case. So here we get the URL of the image, and here we set the image URL to this particular variable over here. Okay, then you need to go to the Android folder. You need to go to this build.gradle.kts, and here you need to add this dependencies block. So where you need to add this camera core, camera 2, camera life cycle, camera view, then this camera effects, then this Android X app compat, as well as constraint layout. Okay, then you need to go to Android manifest.xml. Here you need to add this uses feature of Android hardware camera, camera permission, as well as write external storage permission. Then you need to go to main activity over here. Firstly, make sure you have all these imports. Then here most of the code is related to camera permission. So here you can see we are requesting for camera as well as write external storage permission. So this write external storage is only required if you are using below Android 10 to capture the image. For above Android 10 and from Android 10 and above, we don't require the write external storage permission. Here we have this method result. Here we override on request permission result just to check whether the permission was granted. If yes, then we send it back as true to Flutter side, else we send it back as false. Here this is just a helper method just to check whether we have the camera permissions or not. Here we override configure Flutter engine. So here we just do Flutter engine.platformsViewController.register. Here we pass our my camera view factory, and here we pass the messenger to it as well. And here we register our method channel by passing the camera permission, and if call.method is equal to get camera permission, then we request the permission using activity compat. Okay, and important thing is, so this is related to camera permission as well. So this is related to our displaying this particular camera view. So here you can see we are referencing another Kotlin file called my camera view factory. So that's what I have defined over here. Again, this is boilerplate code, so only thing is you have to change your package name. Whatever you see inside main activity, the package name, copy paste it over here as well. Rest everything you can copy paste it from my code. There is nothing really to explain over here. This is boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a native Android view inside your Flutter application. So that's what I am doing over here. So it references another Kotlin file called my camera view, which will contain the actual implementation. So here if you see my camera view.kt, again there are a lot of imports, so I'll simply scroll through this imports. There is nothing really to here explain here about the imports. Then here we have this my camera view. Then here we have image capture. Here we have our process camera provider. Here is our constraint layout. The viewfinder preview view is the live camera preview. Here is our capture button. Method channel is for sending data from native Android side to Flutter side. Here is our camera executor service. Then this is the middle box effect which I want to display at the middle on our live camera screen preview, I mean. And this is the paint object which we will be using to draw something on the live camera preview. Okay, this is just a variable which I have defined. Then here we set the layout params for our constraint layout. Then these are the constraints set. Then here we display find the ID for our viewfinder. Then add the viewfinder to our constraint layout. Then here we make sure it occupies the entire width and height of the screen. So that's what this code is all about. Then for our button, again we pass the ID, text, background color, text color, add our button to our constraint layout, and then we constrain it to the bottom of the screen. So this is all the code for it. We also add a click listener for our button, so it calls a method called take photo. And here we call setup camera. So inside setup camera we call start camera. Here we initialize our camera executor. Here we have this take photo method. So we just check whether image capture is not equal to null, and here we initialize the file name or the image capture or the image which we capture with the help of simple date format. Then we use this content values dot apply by passing the display name, MIME type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we do image capture dot output file option by passing the content resolver, external content URIs as well as content values, and build it. Then we do image capture dot take picture by passing the output options, context compat dot get main executor, and here we override on error as well as on image saved. So once the image is saved, we send the URI of the same saved image back to Flutter side. Now to get the image URI, typically the image URI is output.save URI, right? But it requires a proper path. So for to get the proper path, I have defined another method over here as well. Then here we shut down our camera executor. We unbind our camera provider as well. Here we override this get view where we return our constraint layout. Inside dispose we shut down our camera executor. Here we have our start camera where we initialize our aspect ratio strategy. Here is our resolution selector as well. Then here is our process camera provider. Then here we do camera provider future dot add listener. Here we initialize process camera provider. Then we set the camera provider to our M camera provider. Then we initialize this particular preview view. Okay, then here we initialize our image capture as well. Then here we set the default back camera. Then here we do middle box effect dot set draw listener. So here we are drawing that particular square, at the center of the screen. So here we are getting the width and height. Here we are just drawing it. Okay, here we are getting width and height of the screen. We are getting the center of the screen. Here I'm setting the box size. You can change it, and here you can I'm using this rect f, which is present by default inside Android, to draw kind of like a rectangle square. And here we just draw that particular rect. Okay, then here we use this use case group dot builder, add our preview use case, image capture, as well as middle box effect. Then here we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle, and yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.